All right, talk to me.
So what'd you like the most last Thursday night against Temple?
You know what, just how the guys responded in the second half. Really responded after the 2 drives, and so our guys been able to take coaching on the sideline and adjustments. They did a really good job. They had a week off, they had some wrinkles, they did some things that they haven't shown, and we're going to get that a lot, so we got to come on the sideline and adjust to some things and making sure all our rules apply to whatever we see. But hats off to them, they had a really good game plan. They did some things that, like I said, that they haven't shown, so that was good for them.
You never know when you're going to have games like that where it's a complete blowout, so to get young guys in for that amount of time, how helpful is that?
It's always good because you build in depth. You get guys here that want to play, and we want them to play, and just getting those meaningful reps will help us in the long run, and you just never know when you need those guys. So it's always good to see those guys play. It's always good to see walk-ons play. Just guys just having an opportunity because they put a lot of work in throughout the week to be rewarded. On that game day is always good. So it was good to see those guys out there.
How do you make sense of slower starts on the defensive side of the ball?
I don't know. I mean, we just got to start fast. We got drills that we do. As far as starting fast, we have different things that we do, different conversations that we have. We have different, like I said, drills at practice. And that's one thing that we was homing in on the last 3 weeks, 3-4 weeks, is just starting fast. And then last week was a time where we didn't start fast, so we have to fix that, and that's where my job comes in at, to get the whole group ready and just start fast. Because once we out there, we get to playing defense. They get their cleats in the dirt. We start playing a lot better defense, but we have to start fast.
Why do you think the team starts slower?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
If you knew, you'd figure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. So we'll keep working on it.
I mean, we knew going into the season Jeremiah was a good football player, but it seems like he's really kind of taken a step up this year. What's been the biggest difference? What have you seen when you look at Jeremiah, midway through this season, maybe versus last year?
Yeah, just his whole. First of all, it starts off with his leadership. He really takes pride in being a leader. He takes pride in his preparation. He's always up here. He's a graduate, so he spends a lot of time up here watching film himself and doing things on his own. And you can see the fruits of his labor on game day. He's playing at a high level right now for us, and he has to continue to do that. And I just told him in front of his teammates that he was playing at a high level. And so very proud of where he's at right now, and I know just knowing him, he wants to get better. He's going to continue to get better, but you can see number 11 flash on film when you come on film, so that's always a good thing.
You guys played on Thursday night, you don't play till Saturday. What have you guys done the last few days?
You know what, breaking down, we came in yesterday and got an early start, and we're working today, and just trying to get a jump start, because ECU is a good football team. They're a well-coached football team, and we're going to be on the road in a hostile environment, so just trying to get a jump on them and different things that they do, and their head coach does a heck of a job with them as a whole team, tough football team. So it's good to kind of try to get ahead as much as we can.
What would you like to see your defense do to generate more sacks, more pressure on the quarterback?
Well, we get pressure, I mean, if he throws the ball away, that's a good thing. So you look at sacks, I don't know what our number is in sacks. But like I tell the guys, our number one deal is to win the game. So I want to win the game first, and then you have your stats from there. But we don't have a board where we say we want X amount of sacks. We don't have that. We want to get off the field on third down. We want to stop the run. We want pass efficiency. We got those type of stats. But sacks, if he's throwing the ball away, that's a good thing.
This is the halfway point of the season. How would you evaluate your defense for the first 6 games? Happy, satisfied? Where would you kind of rank things?
I don't know. Man, we got a lot of work to do. You notice, like, when I get these questions, I try to, like, I'm not a half of a season type. I wasn't a half of a season type player. I'm not a half of a season type coach. Like, ask me those questions at the end of the season. Like, you don't get awards for the middle of the season. You can look at the polls and see how teams was in the top 10 and now they're 500. You can see a kid that goes out and has a great game, he's up for the Heisman or for the Thorpe or for the Buckets, and all of a sudden he disappeared. You see this one week, you see something totally different the next week. I like to see the whole body of work. So I don't know, man. Just at the end of the season, just ask me, and I have a perfect answer.
And how do you like how the team has been able to adjust on the fly? We talk about the slow starts, but you talk about how they adjust, because in the second half, you guys have fantastic numbers.
Yeah, I mean, just that's our job, coaching, to adjust on the sideline, and the guys are being locked in. And like I said, like, you're gonna get different things each week, and we got to adjust to it. And the guys do a really good job of adjusting, and the coaches does a really good job of just relaying what we want to say to the guys, and the guys taking it out on the field. So, adjustment is part of the game, and we got to continue to do that. There's going to be more adjustments throughout the season, and we just have to be ready to adjust at any given time.
What would you like from Jason Johnson continuing to see him progress?
Yeah, man, he's been a spark for us. Like he and Jeremiah are playing at a high level. Both of those guys are playing at a high level. Like I said, they have pride in their performance. They want to be a good group. They want to be a good group of linebackers, and if we're a good group of linebackers individually, you'll get the accolades that you deserve. And he, like I said, he doesn't say a word. You don't know he's in the room, but he's dialed in. He's 10 minutes early. He's always 10 minutes early to meetings, 10 minutes early to practice. Like he works like a professional, and very, very smart. And I'm glad that he's on our team.
What challenge does ECU's veteran quarterback Holton Ahlers play?
Yeah, he's seen it all. Really good quarterback, a veteran. He's a lefty. He's a 4-year starter. He's seen different coverages. He does a really good job of checking coverages because he understands what he's looking at. Like I said, he's seen it all. He'll run the quarterback draw. He's a big guy. He's tough. He has a strong arm. He understands the offense. So he's going to be a challenge. I think he's a really good football player.
On that note, their running back, Keaton Mitchell, what do you like about him? Like, what stands out? What's the biggest challenge when you're looking on film?
Speed. He's a whole nother speed. You see him outrunning angles, and that's things that just, when you're watching a guy like that, just trying to bottle him up is going to be tough because he has like elite speed, and you can just see it when you cut on the film. He does a really good job catching the ball at the backfield as well. He has a knack of just finding that room and finding space, and he can hit it for 80 at a blink of an eye. He's that talented.
You guys already played at FAU, but first out of the state road game. How does that change preparation at all?
Yeah, we just gotta get ready to go into a hostile environment. The preparation is the key as far as the X's and O's and what they're doing, and as long as they don't have anybody come from the sideline or the bleachers and come on the field, we should be okay. But as long as they play with 11 and we play with 11, that's all we ask. But I think I watched them last night. The crowd is really, really hyped. They do a really good job. It's going to be a great road test for us. And like I said, I like their team. I watch them. They're going to be tough. They're going to fight you, and they're going to play hard. They're going to play physical. So they play a tough brand of football. So when I was watching the film, I'm like, okay, it's a well-coached team.
Then with the 4 overtimes last night, how do you think that impacts them at all, if at all?
Them kids, they'll be ready at 7:30. What is 7:30 Saturday night? Man, they'll be ready to roll. I don't know. I don't really look at that. They'll be ready to roll, and the coach will have them prepared. So I don't think it'll be a big deal.
Coach Malzahn has said that not many teams get better as the season goes along. Why is that?
Oh man, I don't know. Good question. I don't know why other teams will get better. Everybody has their different deals that they deal with. Different teams have different things that they deal with. I don't know why another team doesn't get better. I just know we have to get better. It's so much stuff now. Different teams have. It could be social media. It could be something going on at the house. It could be playing time. It could be a girlfriend. It could be anything. So you have to do your best to make sure everybody is going in the same direction. So, but I do agree with Coach that a lot of teams don't get better for whatever reason. But I don't know why.
Cam Morgan, I guess his first extensive playing time as a true freshman. He almost maybe could have had a big 6 when he batted a pass down. It's tough to handle that. But what did you think for him from making his debut?
I'm proud of Cam. Cam is a very smart football player. Like, he is very, very smart. So he could play the mic and the money. He could do both of them, and and it's time for him to start getting more reps and getting out there. So it was good. It was good to see him get those game reps. It was good to see him go out there, and if he would have picked 6, I would have been going crazy because I would have been so happy for him. I think he said that one of the defensive linemen tipped it and he misjudged it and all that. I said, man, intercept the ball, man. So, but so proud of him, like so proud. He come to work every day, and hats off to his high school coaches because they did a really good job coaching him up because he's very, very smart.
Speaking of those high school coaches, another similar guy got in there quite a bit, Damari Henderson, just early variety. How do you do for?
He did good. He was, I think he ended up 4th production points defensively, so that's really good for a freshman. And he's out there, and like I said, all of those reps are meaningful reps. That's going to help us down the road. All of those guys have a bright future.
On the young guys, what impressed you about the quality of play that they brought late third, fourth quarters?
Yeah, it was good because like Coach Miles and I talked about it as well. Like it wasn't a drop off. Like when you subbing a lot of guys, whether it's freshmen or walk-ons, or it wasn't a big drop off. So it was good to see that. And even in the fall camp, we just knew, like just watching film and watching them practice, like we didn't miss on any of these young guys. So the future is bright with these young guys here. So I'm excited for the guys. And I was excited to see them out there. So it's always good to see those guys play.
You ever been to ECU, East Carolina, or first time?
First time. Never been. This is the first time, but I hear it gets loud, and it'll be a good atmosphere for us, and we'll be on the road, and it'll be fun.